Okay, next to the next segment, a bit more about the special economic zone as an engine for AI-driven trade. So the reason why I'm like to mention the special economic zone is because I first time I heard about it was when I met both of you during that conference back in September that I mentioned back in Aaron's episode as well. I was really blown away by how much investment and ideas and investment and business was going on here that I knew almost nothing about, and then and then they spoke so much about it, and the thoughts that you guys gave during the conference to the panelists was also very insightful for me to hear about. So the SEZ as an engine for AI-driven trade. So Aaron, how do you think this SEZ for the Johor Bahru, Singapore facilitates cross-border operations, investment, and AI-driven business?
First of all, as we know, Singapore is more renowned for advanced manufacturing techniques and investments. But unfortunately, as it's been well publicized, it suffers from the lack of human labor and land
And space.
and energy infrastructure. Recently, as it obviously exceeds that 6 million population
Yeah.
target already. So as we know, then Malaysia and other countries such as Thailand benefits from the restriction of data center setup in Singapore. Therefore, the first wave of large-scale investment was actually data center investment into Johor.
Yeah, I think MDEC mentioned that they've got like what 40 data centers being built here or something.
And another 40 on application backlog. So
that's a lot of data centers.
Yeah, that's increasingly that is a slowdown or rather a lack of focus now on further data centers.
But something that you explained on that day itself during the conference that I found that was very, very true was that as exciting as data centers are being built, the excitement about them and about all the cloud infrastructure and everything, right? It's a very, it takes up a lot of resources that are also needed for living, for the country.
Industrialization usage.
Living and industrialization usage, yes. So as exciting as data centers are, they require way more resource usage than people actually think. Jen has an opinion to share.
Yes, I want to add, right, that recently I've been in a trade fair in Singapore, Marina Bay Sands. They had a trade fair called Data Center World. And you really were there to look at the latest technologies in how to build a data center. And you'll be amazed that, like, you think it's just the construction that is the focus, or like how well built, how well the servers are efficient running and all that. No, one big portion of the trade fair on building data centers is about how to utilize power and cooling systems efficiently.
Lots of electricity is required for all that, isn't it?
Lots. And they are thinking of sustainable ways to build data centers, whether it's through wind generation in the data center premises itself, how to do multi-story data centers with cooling systems all across.
Lots of ideas for sustainable power sources.
And an efficient usage of the water, to circulate around, to transfer the heat away from the servers that are generating lots of them. So the nice thing is that, like, Singapore being a global center for business, we love to get regional players into the conference, the exhibits, the trade fairs, the we love to get people connected with one another, and that those ideas will be then turned into business innovations that will be used throughout the region.
Very well said. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so actually this question was targeted at you. So on top of your opinion about data centers. So this fact about data centers, not many people actually know about it, to my surprise. So please do some research about it. It is exciting, but it's also a bit scary because the amount of electricity required for it is enormous. Anyway, so about how technology roadmaps are aligned with the special economic zone opportunities, building AI products that benefit from the special economic or regulatory advantages. What's your opinion about that, or do you think you're who
So
wants to say?
yeah, I would say that the supply chains that are in Singapore definitely have to expand outwards in the region. Uh, the SEZ in Johor Iskandar region is definitely really attractive to Singapore companies looking to offshore some of their supply chain, offshore some of their manufacturing, because there is a huge push in Singapore to be able to scale up our business, our products, our production capacity, and just cost wise, profit margins and all that requires our companies to find ways to get our supply chain established without going through just Singapore alone. Um, you know, we are looking at Iskandar because like they are offering a very attractive package for companies to move over, and I think like Singapore companies should seriously consider the benefits it's going to provide located just right outside Singapore. If you need like your CEO, your managers to take a look at what's happening in the premises, it's just less than a day trip. It's like just a 1 hour trip maybe.
The conference that I met them during gave us a very thorough tour of the entire zone, the entire area in Medini City, and it was really an eye opener as to the space, the infrastructure, the businesses that are already there, and all the people that we met there.
So we don't even have to take cars, right, or private transportation.
Just buses more than
Buses
enough, right?
is Iskandar region is just one bus ride away from Jurong East MRT station.
They've made it that convenient, guys, to travel.
Yeah, I wanted to elaborate further on this cross-border movements because I've lived in JB for the last 2 years, and before that, interestingly, after COVID, I actually moved to Thailand to live for 2 years as well for an investment bank. So what I wanted to say during is in Thailand, I bumped into trade delegations from MDEC, that is the Singapore equivalent of IDA. So they have done cross-border research trips and tours into the EEC corridor in Thailand, which is supposed to be joined to China under the One Belt One Road initiative by train, no less by railway. So this will also head towards lower carbon usage as well, because with mass transportation, you cut down on obviously everyone's individual transportation. So I hope to see more regional integration in terms of IDA, in terms of regional tech authorities doing cross-border trade delegations to see how to cross-tap into each other's synergies, into greater pooling of talents, into what doing each country or each organization is good at, so that you don't have to replicate. For example, as I mentioned earlier, Singapore is great in advanced manufacturing, but when it goes down to nitty-gritty, you need more space, for instance, to do the autonomous vehicles driving or testing of robots, where you need a bigger space. These are where Singapore is obviously limited in terms of airspace, in terms of land. So if you have more regional integration, you have a greater pool of talent as well. For example, we also know Vietnam is very strong in coding experts and talents as well. So I do hope to see this as an integral part of JSSEZ. In time to come, it will be known as the ASEAN Special Economic Zone,
Oh, that would
and
be
not
nice.
just
Yeah.
JSSEZ.
I wanted to say, right,
Yes.
at this point, Mr. Aaron is like
Yeah.
my Asia economic crash course professor.
Oh, thank you very much.
One conversation you can learn so much from him already.
Yes, I speak on Channel News Asia as well.
You've mentioned before.
Yeah, so I really hope this will take fruition, and I see this coming very rapidly as well.